Yo, what is up? It's the Heavyist podcast.
What's going
Weekly
on?
worship at the altar of radness. Gary,
What
how
are you
are
saying?
you?
I'm well, mate. I'm well. How are you? Look, my eyes are still. I
Fine.
look like I'm crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah, what happened? Did you catch a bit of Marley and Me on the way to the pub?
Yeah. I accidentally watched Marley and Me instead of listening to the albums we're meant to talk about, and so I'm just going to talk about how sad it is when your dog dies for the next 2 hours. Hope you're ready for it, everybody. It's going to be a fun one.
I was supposed to listen to hard riffs, but I literally just watched The Notebook 4 times.
Oh dear. Tell you what.
It's your favourite British riff distributors. We're back.
You missed us. I know you did. Luckily, we're back with a huge bag of riffs, because despite the fact that Spotify Wrapped are out, that doesn't mean that music stops getting released. There's still new albums coming out, new EPs coming out all over the place, and
Left
I feel
and
like
right.
everybody
some
else
from the
in the
centre.
world neglects a lot of the sort of December release dates and the bottom end of November release dates. So, we're here to set that right. We say this every year, but it doesn't change the fact that it's true every year.
Yeah, we need to do like a recap of like late game, like absolute rages.
Ultimate
Obviously,
December release records, just like a tier list. Yeah.
I mean, I think the strain release was that
It comes
Boxing
in
Day,
waves
was it?
on Boxing Day. Yeah, it comes in waves in Boxing Day. Material Control by Glassjaw, which I think came out on like the 21st of December. Like, I don't even remember what year. There's some absolute worldies out there. That would be we should actually genuinely do that. That might actually be quite fun.
Yeah, that's a good exercise.
Yeah.
That's Gary. Now you're thinking like a YouTuber.
Leave a comment down here if you want to hear if you've got any suggestions of December releases. Leave a comment down there, down that bit down there, down there somewhere.
Do you know what? Some of the like Destiny content creators that I watch, like they're like, if you don't, they always just like ask people to put comments, and they're like, if you don't know what to do, just write this, and it's just like a very mundane word like that was just sort of featured in the video in some sort of way. So if right now, write bloody riffs,
December
riffs
riffs.
in the comment. If you
give us a riffs in the comments, where people like W in the chat. Well, that's our thing. Is give us some riffs in the comments.
Give me some riffs in the chat. Like if you've if Gary's ever made you smile once, give us a riff in the chat.
Write a breakdown with like zeros and dashes and into the comments, like a tab, like write it in, and I know I'll learn how to play it. I won't. That's a lie.
Write a riff in Morse code.
Oh dear. How you been, homeboy? You good?
Yeah, mate. Nice. I feel my throat do I sound sort of sultry and sort of seductive?
Maybe. I think it might be because you're podcasting from outside now, based on that wall behind you. Hey, banter!
I'm actually on the outside of my house.
Podcasting from in front of your garage, by the looks of it.
That's good podcasting banter.
Top notch, mate. Top notch.
Looks nice. Did that at the weekend with Fonzie.
Looks smart, mate.
Get all the bits and bobs up. Hopefully, I'll get a pullback from the big framers in the next week, because it has been the official 3 weeks.
Is that a subdivision of Big Farmer, Big Framer?
Yeah, Big Framer. They're dying on their ass, Big Framer. But that's why they cost, like, it costs over £100 to do anything.
Oh my days, it is expensive. They purposefully make images an awkward size and shape, so you can't just buy frames off the shelf.
I know, but that's so good. Anyway, my nice big blood incantation one will be done soon. I reckon that will be sort of here in the future.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, very much just a wall at the moment, but it's going to look great soon.
Yeah, man.
It'll be much nicer to look at.
I'm excited.
Things there.
I should probably get out more if that's what makes me excited. But I am. I genuinely am. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you because I know it's important for you. Because I love you and I'm excited for you.
I spend a lot of time in this office. It's finally time for me to treat it like a place I enjoy, and not a hovel that I've thrown
it's
things
your
in.
haven, and it's only going to become more of a safe space as Max gets older.
Absolutely.
Not now. Daddy's got work to do. Shuts the door. Turns on Xbox.
Yeah. I have got plans for that as well. I reckon I'm finally going to bite the bullet on a vinyl player this Christmas. Gonna get a little set up in here,
Oh
properly
dear.
make it my little bunker.
Oh dear. That's going to be dangerous. Dangerous
Yeah.
game. Start to collect
No,
vinyl.
I can't do it properly. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I like this album, so I'm gonna spend 40 quid on vinyl like every single time. I think I'm just gonna have some choice bangers. Definitely get the album of the year. Get
Just collect the
maybe
classics.
get the barbecue album of the year.
Yeah.
You gotta get the barbecue
I
album
can't
of the
wait
year.
to come
on.
round to your house for a barbecue and you get the vinyl player out. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing.
Get slope on vinyl.
Absolutely can't wait.
Talking about album of the
Talking about
year,
albums
is that
of the
what
year,
you're
excellent
doing?
segue. We are running a survey. Does that make it sound cool if we call it a survey? No, if we call
No,
it something
it makes it sound rubbish.
awards.
It's actually
We're
much
doing an
cooler
awards.
than
We're doing
awards,
the
yeah.
Heavyist awards.
Yeah.
And we have a form which it would be really awesome if you would fill out. I'll put it in the little description in the old YouTube video. Fill out your favourite albums of the year. Fill out, there's categories. It's all pretty self-explanatory. If you've got questions about where a band fits genre-wise, don't ask them. Just do it. We'll figure it out later.
Come
Just
into
do
the
it.
Discord.
Don't worry
We'll talk
about
it. We'll talk about it.
He'll get discussed. But yeah, if you enter the information that you enter into the forms are going to drive the our end of the year podcast stuff that we're going to do.
Yes.
So we really would love it if we got loads and loads of submissions. So yeah, get involved.
Get them in.
Get involved.
It'll be lovely. Just come on down. And if just come down and join the Discord as well. Get down there.
Definitely do that.
Come in
Definitely do
there.
that. It's the best.
And
it's the best.
it's it's literally the best.
It's literally the sickest place on the internet, mate. Just trust me. Trust me. It's better than Amazon and Facebook times 10.
Oh, it's much better than apps. You've been replaced by AI. That doesn't even make sense. It's better than Amazon.
Am I real? Sonny, am I real?
Are you just
Help me.
Help
me. I don't know if I'm
coming
real.
to me solely through the Meta Quest? Have you been sucked into Meta Quest?
The real Gary's just in the living room watching EastEnders, and I've just loaded a program to do this podcast with you today, son. Sorry.
Have you you've committed severance? And
Absolutely, it's
I
time.
love that. If I could do a bit of severance, I think I'd be up for it. Normal guy like
maybe I'll watch
like,
season 2 before I make a decision, but based on the simple premise of being able to just have a separate life for work, I'd well be up for that.
I think it'd be great, wouldn't it? You just turn the old brain ski off, and you get all is just riffs and stuff, and like cool. You're just sitting there with your mates quoting Anchorman all day and stuff like that. Like it's just sick. There's nothing lame.
That sounds wicked. That sounds awesome. So, should we talk about some riffs, mate? This is getting out of hands. we were doing so well at making our YouTube videos really succinct and really short to the point, so everyone could just get bored. Loads of people watched our loads of people watched our body count video, and now they've joined us and they're like, oh my god, these guys are actually idiots, aren't they?
Oh, we are actually a podcast.
We are idiots.
First and foremost, and
we are idiots.
We are also idiots. First, even more firster and foremoster.
But
do you think?
Foremoster.
But just before we get into it, because I need to get this out. Do you make? If you do get the severance, and if you're not aware of what Severance is, go and watch the first season of Severance, because season 2 is coming back, and it's one of the best things that's been on telly in the last 10, 15 years. Do you make the sarnie for you in the day when you're just chilling?
God, that was so not worth it. Are you kidding me?
Do you make your lunch? Do you pack the lunch? Do you make the lunch for the other version of you as a nice guy? Because you're not doing any of the work. Yeah. You're just you're just burning zoots and watching Trailer Park Boys.
Also, you just make him a little packed lunch, so when he goes through his lift, he's like,
I
wonder what... And then you would forget what's in it as well, so it'd be a surprise every day. Yeah, that's pretty sick, actually. I like that. And you could make the same sandwich every day, but you wouldn't. Oh, you wouldn't, because you'd remember, wouldn't you? Can we talk about riffs? Because this is getting silly. I'm making an executive decision. We're talking about riffs right now. Neckbreakker. They are a 5-piece death metal band from Silkeborg in Denmark. This is their debut record. It's called Within the Viscera, and it comes out on December the 6th through Nuclear Blast. So you might not have heard of Neckbreakker. Maybe you know them by their previous name, Neckbrekker, which I'm pretty sure I've mispronounced, but I believe that is Neckbreakker in Danish. If you don't already know them, you definitely need to get to bloody know them, because this album absolutely rips. This album is a proper late game and album of the year for death metal botherer, isn't it? Like, this has really surprised me how bloody sick this is. Just
Yeah, it's rad beyond its years. Like, how old are these?
It really is.
These lads are like,
I don't know. They look
proper
like they're about
youngsters, right?
14 based on the pictures. Like,
I think
no
they were
disrespect.
19. I think they were 19 when they started getting noticed, and it's all happened quite quickly. So they can't be older than like 21 or something.
21,
like
something like that.
And they just absolutely smashed it. These
Mate.
riffs are brilliant. Like, first of all, Neckbreakker is so hard. It's such
The hardest band
such a
name.
stupidly hard name.
The hardest band name maybe ever. The album title, I mean, the track title, there's so much hardness tied up in this record. This record is basically like a laser cut diamond. It's ridiculous how hard it is. It's stupid. And I was kind of like, I don't know why. Like, I'd never checked out these guys before. Like, even when the singles were flying around in the Discord and stuff, I was a bit,
Oh, you didn't think of the singles?
no, because I looked at it and I just thought,
you silly Billy.
that's probably just some more like death metal that sounds like all the rest of the death metal, and I just don't have the capacity to take on any more at this point in time. You know, there's so many, like, trying to put together my list is just getting ridiculous, of thinking all the great records that came out and keep thinking of more and more. And I was like, I just don't have the capacity. But then I was like, I must have just been really bored at work one day, and I was like, sod it, let's put it on. And I was absolutely gobsmacked by how sick this record is. It's so cool. I just love the attitude and the swagger. Like, there's so much groove. There's so much fat groove metal that like just lies embedded within. It's not like this one's a groove metal song, this one's a death metal song. It's just like this level of groove embedded into everything.
Yeah, it's like they've like created an album that bands write like 12 years into their career. Like this album is so, it's just such got like a real adept knowledge of groove and exactly where to take things and when to like just play the riff and just jam out for a bit. Like they're doing all these really sort of like just brilliant ideas. There's sort of like Gajira-y moments in there, right? That is, it's unreal for a debut.
Yeah, man.
This is of such stellar quality.
The other thing, I hate to keep harping on about how young they are, but like, it's the attitude of it. Like, people shouldn't have that much self-confidence in what they're doing at that age. It's almost dangerous. And like, they're just so sure-footed with every move that they make on this record. Like, every transition from part to part, every sort of move within us, like from track to track, is so like deliberate. And like, I think that's what you're trying to get at with them. Be like, the sort of album bands 10 years into their career, it takes them that long to be so sure about what makes them them. And Neckbreakker have just got it first time, and it's almost like, why does anybody else bother? Like, there's so many bands who need to listen to this record and they just stop existing now because like Neckbreakker have just shown you right up.
Yeah, it's just properly grown up death metal. Like, it sounds like it was conceived and written like in the 90s. Like, and then there's not a hint of core anywhere on this, right? It's just pure. It's purest. I feel it's pure.
I don't know, man. Like,
don't tell me it's not pure, Gary.
Maybe it's like that moment that happens in Horizon of Spikes, where you kind of get that sort of like really discordant, kind of like MySpacey metalcore moment in that one song. I think potentially might colour the way I look at the whole album after I hear that little bit. I just kind of go, well, like, these guys are basically like death metal malevolence worship or something in there. Like, there's a lot of that kind of vibe. I guess there's quite a lot of hardcore in what Malevolence do, but they kind of get more metal with every record that they release, don't they? And maybe that's where I'm getting, I don't know, maybe I'm just misleading myself, but I do hear metalcore and hardcore twinges throughout all of it. Maybe it's just the attitude and the swagger of it that makes me think of hardcore rather than actually the sound of it.
I think it must, like, I didn't get any. I literally feel like it's been like dug up and then like recorded and performed, giving like the best like modern day production, which is just great. Like, there's a lot of bands in this like old school death metal scene that's like, a lot, just a huge amount of hardcore. Like, there's
Yeah.
the balance is not often so much in the death metal favor and these sort of like younger bands, and this is really, really, absolutely sick.
I was thinking when I was listening to like Silo, I heard a lot of Machine Head in what was going on there. Like, I kind of was listening to that and thinking, like, me and you, obviously we saw Silosis with Fit for an Autopsy last week. And when I was listening to it, I was just like, this is how it's supposed to be done. Like, I thought, I felt mad. I felt like the Will Ferrell Mugatu meme while we were watching Silosis, because we both sort of said to each other at one point, like, this is good, but the bits of it that I find really good are just directly straight out of Lamb of God songs. And I feel like with what's going on in this Neckbreakker record, they're taking that Lamb of God and that Machine Head groove metal influence, but they're not just wholesale ripping it off. They are actually like using it and feeding it into their own vibe. And it's just, this is how it's done, boys. This is how you should be doing it. Like,
Yeah.
we can all see where the Lamb of God's poking through, and we would rather it was just like kind of an essence rather than direct copy. Do you know what I mean? And I got quite a lot of that from, especially the track Silo, but there's bits of it sort of floating around all over the record.
Yeah, it's fucking gorgeous, mate. Like, they're a proper brilliant young prospect. Like,
Yeah.
it's just please don't turn out to be nonsense, lads. That'll really, really be terrible. Don't do that.
They're more likely to get nonced at this age. Yeah, this record absolutely rules. Don't rule it out. Don't miss it just because of the time of year that it's getting released. It's called Within the Viscera. It's by Neckbreakker. Absolutely slams. Another record that's also coming out on the 6th of December that it would be absolutely ridiculous for you to not listen to comes from the very exciting and much hyped hardcore band No Cure. The record is called I Hope I Die Here. It's an EP that they're releasing to kind of, I believe, celebrate signing to Sharp Tone Records, which is it's very cool for them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. They are like a really exciting, because they are. Am I just like living in a weird little bubble of like metalcore and hardcore bands, or are they as hyped as I feel like they are?
Yeah, I think so.
They're quite
I
hype.
think so.
They're quite hype, aren't they? They're quite
Definitely.
They're definitely about. But it's nice when you hear this and you're like, this band absolutely deserve everything that comes to them, because they absolutely rip. They're so awesome. I can't get enough of No Cure, man. I think they're incredible.
Yeah, they've just been so consistently bloody hard. Their stuff has been so sick.
It's outrageous.
And this is no less hard. It's just absolutely smashing it. Like, this is right up there with the best sort of aggressive music you've heard all year. And it's superb.
I think like they've always been kind of skirting on power violence, and I feel like on this EP potentially they might have changed the recipe a little bit, and it's now pushing a bit more on the death metal world. Like, I kind of listened to it and I think it's almost like Jesus Piece mixed with 200 Stab Wounds, this band and what they're doing at the moment. And
yes,
this absolutely bangs, this EP. Like this, I know when I first heard the single Don't Need Your Help, I was just like, this is an instant banger. Like, that track is so perfectly like formulated. It's the structure of it and the way it's built is just perfect earworm. It's so catchy. It's so hard. It's absolutely outrageous. I don't know if you've seen the video, but I think it's them playing in like a public toilet, and they managed to make that into something really hard and really terrifying. Like, they're just rad. I just think that No Cure are rad, and everything that they do just keeps getting better and better. Like, I wish I had something more like profound to tell you.
Yeah, I love it. It's like, it's proper brilliant, dirgy, hard, like death metal tones. But then there's also this real like layer of like Aprid style hardcore that's into it. And also that sort of like peeks out through the low end of the guitars every now and then, like the real like properly hardcore moments. And I think, inside of like death metal and hardcore and metalcore, like the bands that we've sort of been appreciating, like I don't think the hardcore has been done as brilliantly as the way that they portray it in these moments. Like they'll have like the little like shouted moments that like you have the, you know, these proper like energetic like Hatebreed moments that just sort of poke out of this just onslaught, and it's sick. It's absolutely sick.
Yeah, man, for sure. Like, and one of the other things that we were talking about earlier is like all of the guest spots that they have. So they've got like 1 or 2 guests on every track, and I just really feel that's the hardcore kids in them. Like they've had a chance, they've got a platform, they've you know, they've come up, they've leveled up in terms of getting signed to a bigger label, and they're like, no, we need to like try and find a way to pull the scene up with us, pull like our hardcore community up with us. So getting vocalists from, you know, bands that you might not necessarily have heard of before, like especially if on Sharp Tone you got your average, like, I don't know, Holding Absence fan who discovers No Cure because Sharp Tone tweet out about it, and they're like, oh, I wonder what this is. And then from there they accidentally they check out Cold Hard Steel, or they check out Yaltia, or whoever they kind of check out as a result of the track list. It's just going to bring everybody up, and it's like a really awesome mentality to have, I think.
Yeah, dude. I was so stoked. There was one feature on there that got me very excited. Can you guess which one it was?
No, go on, put me out of my misery.
It's the bloody My Children, My Bride vocalist. Which is such a callback to like old school MySpace metalcore.
Yeah, man.
But it made me so happy. I hadn't thought about that band.
My Children, My Bride.
Years.
Like, absolutely.
Real ones know My Children, My Bride, and they are stoked as hell just to see that word. Like, it made me think. Remember they did like a track that was like a Halo track. I think it was called Headshot. And there was a proper vocal. It was like, rigs. It was absolutely sick. It was literally a sick metalcore song about Halo, and it ruled, dude. Like, it made me really happy seeing that.
That's awesome. While we're talking,
I don't even know if they're active or like how they got in touch with them and stuff.
Knows?
Like,
God knows.
I might be wrong. I
feel
thought
like they might have released
Australian.
something not too long ago. Maybe they're Australian. Behind me.
Let's look them up.
Couldn't tell you. While we're talking about No Cure, though, I've got to ask you something. So you know, you've seen it. I got myself a No Cure t-shirt, but am I allowed to wear it as a non-straight edge person? Is that allowed?
Is it a specific straight edge
shirt? Because it was really difficult to purchase a No Cure shirt that wasn't a specific straight edge one, because most of them are, which I think is partly what's getting to me about wearing it in the first place. Like it's from the last record, so it's got the commitment to permanence, and it's got like skulls on it and a geezer who kind of looks a bit like He-Man on the front of it, and it's pretty hard. But I bought it because I don't know if you read about this, but Blaze and one of the other guys in the band whose name I have written down, I completely forgotten, got stabbed outside of one of their shows trying to break up a fight, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I think they were trying to get some money for medical bills, because obviously America's medical system is pay to play, which is ridiculous. Anyway, they were trying to raise some funds, so I was like, oh well, I've always wanted one of their shirts, and I've never had the bottle to buy it because I'm not a straight edge kid. But I was like, this seems like a perfect time to purchase one, so I did. But like, is it okay? Like, because you think about it, Knock Loose are essentially a straight edge band, and I don't think twice about wearing a Knock Loose t-shirt. But why am I like so like? Am I allowed to wear a No Cure t-shirt? Why is it like such a thing that plays on my mind? We'll have to ask.
We'll have to get it confirmed. We'll have to get it signed off by them.
Straight edge kids in the comments, help me out. Am I allowed to wear a shirt when I'm not a straight edge kid? Is that okay? I really need to know. I need to know if I'm breaking any rules.
In my mind, I think it's okay if it's not a shirt that says like No Cure straight edge. If it's just a shirt that's hard as fuck and says their band name, I reckon they're fine with you having that.
That's what I was hoping to hear, but I need it confirmed by someone who actually has some skin in the game, not you.
I've no skin in this game.
No skin in the game at all. Like, I need to hear from our straight edge contingent. Is it okay? But anyway, I've talked about that way too much. There's so many like great tracks on this record, dude.
Killer Frat Guy. Honor Killing, Mercy Blow, You Had to Go, hard as hell.
So good, mate. I've just got like loads of capitalized like amazing shout out. I mean, Hang Me from the Bible Belt for a start is awesome, but Until the Rope Breaks mosh call is incredible. But I think the best one is In Your Children Will Drown in the Burning River when he shouts out, "You greedy fucking pig," before the breakdown comes in. It's hard. It's hard. I didn't think that could be a harder moment than in These Colours Don't Run by Architects, but then No Cure have just absolutely bodied Architects with that moment. It's incredible. It's so good. And like that song is one of the prime examples of what you were talking about, is that like bottom end thump that you get from this band. Like that, just that really, really thick rhythm section. It's just like, it's just all just really driving and hefty. And like, there's a lot more lead work on this than there has been on previous stuff with the more death metal influence, but that really thick bottom end is still just massively present, and I love it. I think this EP is wonderful. I mean, they're calling it EP. It's 19 minutes. By No Cure standards, that's basically an album. Amazing.
Yeah, I respect it, mate. It's absolutely sick. It roars. It's such brilliant mosh fodder.
Incredible.
Get them over here.
Come over,
here, mate.
Come over.
Come to Brazil.
Come play like Outbreak or something. That'd be a homecoming. It'd be like a home from home having No Cure play Outbreak. Imagine that.
That'd be sick.
So
that would be sick as fuck.
I Hope I Die Here by No Cure coming out on Friday. Amazing. Now we've got a couple of bits and bobs of catch up kind of stuff for each other, haven't we, son? You've been listening.
We bloody have to.
You've been listening to some black metal, and I've been listening to some pop music. So let's talk about it. Do you want to go first?
Yes, I would like to go first. I want to talk about Mind Prisoner. Mind Prisoner just dropped their new album. It's called The Colour of Ruin. This is a band that's been on my radar for a little while, and so basically, before we get into that, they kind of, it seems like it was supposed to come out in like January or something like that. Or the singles coming out at a different time, and it looks like they had some sort of uploady bother that ended up with the record just being on Bandcamp, and they were just like,
it does say it's for release in January 2025, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I know.
So they've had a bit of a mare, and they've just gone, fuck it, it's up, go and have it. Like, so that was a really cool little discovery. That was only like yesterday morning or something, or maybe the day before morning. Really, really stoked. Put it on. Been following them for a while. So what they do is it's very much like a atmospheric black metal and sort of death doom, pulling those things together. And what they've done on this record is just absolutely level up. I could just tell by the moment that it started that it was going to be special. Like the opening, these sort of like textures of running water and rustling leaves that just got inside my brain. I felt like, like when ladies go to the hairdresser and they like lay back and they do that.
It's not exclusive to ladies, man. I used to go to a place where the woman...
the old cut and dry.
Oh,
I've never had a wash in the...
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the head massage, like
no.
when they're washing the conditioner on your hair and you get the head massage. Oh,
whatever they're doing, when you
melt.
get your hair done and you're like that, and you're leant over the back, you're getting it done, and you're having a little massage. That's what it kind of felt like. But they're sort of reaching through the skull. It's like I'm having a proper little like Cassandra Nova brain job.
Cassandra Nova's giving you a head massage.
Yeah, I'm getting the old Cassandra Nova brain job, and I'm just sort of smiling and dribbling. And it is brilliant. It's like the textures and the sounds that are going on is like sort of almost similar to that Nun record, that another really cool atmospheric black metal band that have a lot of sort of like very much shimmering textures that really, really just make your brain smile. Like, it's got a lot of sort of really cool cinematic sort of excellence to this. It sort of bursts and it builds and bursts, into this really cool sort of like full on, like almost panopticon level, like emotional blasted sprint. But in sort of a higher fidelity that you get on a panopticon record. Obviously, like the production on this record is gorgeous. And I know that atmospheric black metal and death doom aren't genres that you generally acquire, like sort of associate with a really gorgeous, thick, modern production job that you can really dive into. Like a lot of those things, they sort of like it to be a bit more gritty and a bit more sort of analog and part of the experience. But that's a much better word. But yeah, this thing, man, is fantastic. There's some like clean vocals in there. It's just a proper gorgeous sound bath. Like and they're writing proper bangers. It's not a long record at all, man. Like Forever, brilliantly named track. Being that it's only 3 minutes and 49 seconds long, is a phenomenal atmospheric black metal banger. Like they've written the banger. Like, you know, what we loved so much about the Guerrilla lead singles where they were like, we're going to take this really brilliant, like properly intense, huge music that often people take 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes to get done, and they just distill it and they just went for it. And they kind of do that on a couple of these tracks in here, man. It's really cool. It's got a lot of sort of brightness and additional instrumentation and synth in there. It's it really, really, really does make you smile. Like the artwork's fantastic. Like the artwork is so sick. It's
cool.
Really giving me the Swamp Things. Like I'd really be like surprised if it wasn't like influenced by a bit of, like Stephen Bissett or John Tolton or something like that. Just the colors in there. Those light browns over the greens. I can't stop thinking about Swamp Thing. Right? Yeah, I love him.
Never too far away from us. You just dropped him on the floor. You told me you loved him and then launched him on the floor. Yeah, the 333 has got like proper like keys and stuff. It's actually really, really gorgeous. And then there's this moment in it where it sort of switches in place into this like industrial sort of moment where everything becomes a lot more electronic, and it just bursts into this really cool full-on Death Doom moment that's like got all the grandeur and fetid opulence of a proper Death Doom record, but it's inside of this atmospheric black context. And, you know, I think combining these like really, really emotional but like incredibly dark like subgenres like Death Doom and atmospheric black metal, like putting those things together is just fucking gorgeous, mate. They do it so well. It's proper like just like ASMR level brilliance what's going on in here. I absolutely love it. The final track, Nothing Comes After, is really sort of swirling, majestic, dreamlike things that are happening that sort of coalesce with the frosted, blackened shrieks. And it just really hit me. And it really hit me as like moments from the Crippling Alcoholism go black metal. And it's fucking great, mate. Like those, you know, that sort of stuff's not, you know, post black metal and things like that aren't strangers to those kinds of like sort of synthy elements, but it just really hit me like you know, the opening of like Satan Is the One, just that proper like, you know what I mean in that track. I shouldn't have done that. You always you know what, anytime I do that because I always hear it back and go, I shouldn't have done that was really stupid, you sound like a dickhead. Anyway, that very brilliant grand opening, well, just imagine sort of draping that over a really cool black metal track. This is really, really excellent. I can't stress how I reckon maybe they've had a bit of a mare with the release, because like it's so good. Like this is up there with the best black metal I've heard this year, and I'm wondering if they're going to get away with being in like next year's list, or if they missed the boat on this year's list. I'd really, really hate for it to sort of not get the recognition it deserves, because it's phenomenal. Really, really cool record, man. Like can't sing the praises of this thing enough. I listened to it, like basically listened to nothing else since the other day. Fair, man.
It rules. If fucking rules.
Awesome. I think I did listen to it once through today, but I had a lot going on, and I don't think I absorbed anywhere near enough of it to comment on it entirely. But I do feel like at this point, Garia has kind of ruined bands that sound like this for me, because they're so great. So I think I need to like try and forget about Garia for a little while before I listen to it. But yeah, I definitely dug what I heard.
I've got no brain's not working. People are definitely going to like it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. People, the homies that listen to the show that enjoys some of the black metal that we enjoy, like, there's no way it's not gonna go down very well.
Awesome. Check that out. Yeah, so that's
Mind Prisoner.
Mind Prison. Thank you. Mind Prisoner.
And they've got some really sick merch, very, very hard merch. Like they had a 50% sale up the other day. I don't know if it's still knocking about, but
that would have been Black Friday, mate. Missed that one. Missed that boat. Maybe January sale. You never know.
January sales. Yeah, maybe go pick up an air fryer and a fucking Mind Prisoner
Mind Prisoner longer, yeah. Oh, cool, man. Well, I've been listening to something completely different to that. I've been listening to the new album by Poppy. It's called Negative Spaces. It came out on November the 15th. Obviously, I've been aware of the existence of Poppy for quite a while, but I feel like I've never really had the capacity. This makes me sound like a dick, but I've never really had the capacity to entertain her legitimacy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
I would like, it was easier to just kind of assume that she was some sort of blagger and just carry on with my life than to actually sit and listen to it and just make a decision whether I thought she was good or not. But then after Suffocate by Knock Loose, which is a song I've potentially listened to 1,000 times this year, it then became almost borderline impossible to not just accept that Poppy's a badass. And so I thought, right, fuck it, I've got to check out this album. So I believe she worked with Jordan Fish, who used to be in Bring Me the Horizon. He was the guy who did basically he was the brains behind Bring Me the Horizon. I think he did all the production, wrote a lot of the songs, played the keyboards and did all of the singing that Ollie Sykes couldn't do. And he was essentially a pop metalcore wizard. And I think he's decided to take his show on the road, and rather than just, helping out one band, he's going to help out the entire scene with his kind of skills. And that's just, listen to this record. I was just so surprised at how much I liked it. Like, the trouble you get these days is that the bigger bands are like, your Bring Me Horizons, your Architects, your While She Sleeps, even bloody Bury Tomorrow, if you've heard their most recent single at this point. They're all trying to they're basically metalcore bands trying to blag pop because they don't actually understand pop. With the exception of Sleep Token, although even Sleep Token, that pop songs aren't 8 minutes long, so you can't even Sleep Token, you could argue, don't understand pop. And the difference is Poppy actually gets pop music. I don't know her background, I don't know where she's from, what she's done in the past, but I'm just assuming based on the fact that she's a solo artist that she's essentially a pop star who's folded metal into what she does rather than what we're used to, which is the other way around, of metal bands trying to make pop work. And the fact that she's got such a strong grasp on pop music, but then she's not scared to chuck a fucking massive breakdown into the middle of one of her songs, the result is incredible. Even a band who I legitimately really like, Spirit Box, can't even dream of some of the hooks that Poppy comes out with on this record. It's just exceptional pop music that also is double R'd in a lot of places. Rather than Architects trying to sing, it's Sabrina Carpenter doing breakdowns. It's absolutely sick, mate. This is so good. Honestly, I'm proper...
Sabrina Carpenter doing breakdowns.
That's it. I'm proper, my jaw was properly on the floor when I was listening to this. And I was like, this is absolutely brilliant. She tries so many things. She can do so many things. There's sugary pop. There's Avril Lavigne style sort of angsty ballads. There's grungy stuff that's more a bit sort of whole or garbage. There's all of this, even K-pop type things. There's all of this going on. There's a 9 Inch Nailsy thumping a lot of stuff, but then also when she wants to, she can scream like an absolute maniac, and she's badass. They're all around us and nothing. Those 2 songs on this record, actually no, there's 3 songs. There's another one which is what's it called? The Center's Falling Out. That are basically just straight up hard songs. One of them has a chorus, but the other 2 are just hard. They're just, it's like the Knock Loose has rubbed off. If I was to look it up and find out that Isaac Hale had been involved in the writing of them, I wouldn't be surprised. They're really legitimately hard. But then she can pivot into something like Crystallize, which kind of sounds like an 80s club banger sung by FKA Twigs, or that Push Go, which has that throb, and it has one of the catchiest choruses on the whole album. And then this record's really shocked me at how much I like it. It's properly decent. Then there's a track on it called Surviving the Defiance, which basically just puts every other rip-off Deftones band to shame instantly. She's just doing Deftones better than anybody else there except Deftones. Obviously, I'm not mental. And there's a track called No Way Out where she does a guttural, which I was completely gobsmacked by. But she does a guttural, and then she does the David Draymond which was fucking
That's
brilliant.
That's
Dude, and this is what you got to remember. This is essentially a pop artist who does a guttural, and she does David Draymond impressions in her songs. Like, this is so cool.
That's
Like,
sick.
honestly, I feel like the world needs more poppies. Like, stop trusting your metal bands to be able to pivot into something commercial and start asking your pop stars to play beatdowns. That is what I think needs to happen. And also, I just want to shout out Asa, the absolute homie. Apparently, his daughter is absolutely obsessed with this record, and that kind of says it all. Like, there's going to be a whole generation of kids who will come across Poppy, on TikTok or whatever it is that they're doing, and they will be like, "Oh my god, this is like the coolest thing I've ever heard." Because she's generational rather than like bloody Bring Me the Horizon. They're all in their 40s at this point. Like, a kid should look at Bring Me the Horizon and go, "Oh, this is really cool." They're going to get to the point where they go, "This is my dad's music," and and Poppy is like, she's the next wave, and luckily she's absolutely sick. Like, this album's well good. I really strongly recommend you check it out, son. Like, it's actually great.
Amazing. Yeah, I fully intend to. I do fully intend to. I've been I'm in a prison.
You've been in
a
a prison of your mind. So yeah, I understand why you haven't had time for some cheeky poppy breakdown nonsense. But yeah, man, some good stuff still coming before the end of the year, guys. You need to make sure you're not just checking out and just assuming that everything that was good came out in March, because that isn't true.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Before we get out of your hair, don't forget to do your submissions for the heaviest albums of the year. Get stuck in. I'll make sure I put the form in the description for the episode. Come join Discord, follow us on all the old social medias and all that sort of nonsense. And I won't tell you to write comments on YouTube again, because I think I've probably done that too many times this episode, and it starts getting embarrassing, doesn't it? Starts getting to the point where it sounds like begging.
Do it. Go on.
Leave a comment.
Mate.
What did you think of Poppy? What did you think of My Prisoner? Come and do all of that stuff. Yeah.
Let us know. Listen to it.
Next time you see us, we'll be doing something really cool, but we won't tell you about it. We're going to save it.
Yeah, we'll save it, mate.
See you soon.
Right.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.